I just woke up in the Sunshine Shoulders guest house. And it was very comfortable. I'm very happy here. I could basically live here, but of course, I'm not going to bother Calvin with me living here. Where are my sandals? Oh my god. I think the dogs took my sandals. They were outside, I think. The dogs. Did you take my sandal? Let me see. Gotta look around for my sandals. Let me see. Because there's a shoe here. And let's see, I don't want to bother Calvin. Calvin will be over there. And I'm really here. I'm really at Calvin's guest house, and it's awesome. I'm so happy to be here. It's a dream come true. So anyway, let's get on with this. I want to get some breakfast. I'm not really hungry, but the strange thing is I didn't even eat last night. But the big problem is I don't have my sandals. So I think the dogs... Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay, perfecto. Okay, it's breakfast time. Calvin opens this gate up at 6 a.m., so... The dog, you gonna come? Dog can come. Okay, I'll leave it open a bit for the dog. Yeah, comfortable here, and I don't know what, only good things to say. Here, it's the actual house. The actual house that I've been watching for the last 2 years on YouTube. Now, it's sort of a dream come true to actually be here. It's sort of an honor. I mean, he lets people stay there for free. He says the only payment he wants is you sign the wall with your name and, whatever. So I did. But, I gotta pay him back somehow because this is super nice of him, especially now during the Holy Week when everything's full. His place is empty, so I'm staying there until I guess the holy days are over and everything opens up again. And when things do open up, it's going to be venturing out again. I don't really have a plan. Except maybe I'm going to go to Toledo. I'm going to head over to Cebu Island. There's a city called Toledo because there's a port here in San Carlos. It goes to Toledo. And then from Toledo, you get a bus to Cebu. And then I might stay at an Airbnb there in Cebu. And then from Cebu, I'm not sure where exactly to go. Have to figure it out. But, that's okay. On the bus trip up here, there was some, what's it called? Banana Q I got. I didn't really want it, but this little girl was selling it. She was so cute, so I just bought one. And she didn't have any change. It was 1.5, it was 15 for one. And I only had a 50, she had no change. So I said, well, just give me 2 and then keep the change. So I had 2, and I'm kind of thinking like the oil they used to cook it with was not good. And so I sort of got like a kind of a uncomfortable stomach. And for the rest of the day, I did not want any more food. I was full. I didn't even have dinner, even though Calvin offered me to have dinner with his family there. I didn't want dinner. I was not hungry, and I thought I'd be really hungry this morning, but not even hungry this morning. But yeah, this is a dream come true. I'm staying at Calvin's place. Why does he do it? I don't know. It's super generous of him to do this with his subscribers, to just stay at his house like that. It's totally unnecessary. I mean, he could just charge money, he could just charge money and, people will pay even 500 pesos, and, that'll pay his electric bill or something, but he doesn't want to charge anything. So, it would make sense if he did start doing that in the future. I mean, look, if you had this kind of setup, this house, you had a house, you paid with your own money, you paid for the guest house. I mean, wouldn't you charge something? Even if it was at like $10 a day, just charge something to cover the costs of running it. That's enough of that. There's a hotel here that Calvin recommended to get a breakfast at. And it's 100, and I think he said 110 pesos. And I got to get the name of it. It's in my, so that I can ask someone. It's called, what's the name? Ma'awani Hotel Breakfast. Okay. Ma'awani Hotel. Ma'awani Hotel. So what I'm going to do is look up on Google Maps. Ma'awani. Hey Cal, sorry, you're messaging me right now. I'm just making a bid and I'll get back to you. Ma'awani, it's a 650 even. Oh, it's pretty far away. Ma'awani. This is my first real walk around San Carlos. This is pretty interesting. First thing I notice is the big wide streets. It looks modern. It's pretty impressive because when I was watching videos of San Carlos before, the first thing I noticed was these big green parks that were all over the place, like in the background behind Calvin. And I thought, oh, that's really interesting. They got these big green, and it's green, you know, and it's green and it's luscious and it's so vast and it's big. And I really like the way this looks, and look how many cars there are. There's not even many cars. So apparently, if we go straight up here, there's going to be a hotel. Look at this area here. Still got a sore stomach from my banana queue on the boat trip. I gotta stop buying the food from those vendors because I just don't know exactly how they're preparing it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Good for these people. This is a beautiful area. I mean, this is really somewhere you can live. You know, I don't know how long it's going to take before I actually get used to carrying this camera around. It's gotten better because when I was in Korea, you know, people recommended I start making videos around where I live, and I just couldn't walk around with the camera. It's just too uncomfortable. And then I got here, and for the first 2 weeks, it was also uncomfortable, but I used the excuse of me wanting to have fun and enjoy for the first couple weeks as to me not wanting to do the camera thing because, you know, I want to have fun. But the real reason was I was uncomfortable holding the camera, walking around in public, you know, because the thing is, you got to put the camera in people's faces. But Jesus Christ, it's just beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. Look at this. It is amazing. The parks just go on and on. This is so freaking beautiful here. I mean, imagine coming here for a run every morning. This is just amazing. What they need is like a calisthenics area with a chin-up bar and stuff like that. You could just run around here for a long time, and it's not even like a private area. Anybody can just come in here. Ridgeview. This is not the one I wanted. Good morning, sir. Wahawani Hotel and Suites. Hello, good sir. Is there a breakfast here? Can I eat here? Oh, thank you. Hello. Good morning. Oh, I see a restaurant over there. Yes, sir. So there's also a buffet.
Yes, sir. You want
Maybe. How much is the buffet? $2.80. And this is and you have coffee too? No coffee?
Coffee juice.
Oh, with a buffet. Oh, but if I order this, there's no coffee. Okay. Just let me look. I will look. Bacon side with scrambled eggs. Is it bacon, scrambled egg?
2 eggs. Yes, scrambled or sunny side up?
Maybe scrambled.
Maybe scrambled. All right.
And then, so it comes with 2 eggs and then how many bacons?
7 pieces.
7. Oh, that's pretty good.
7 or 8.
So just 2 things.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Bacon and scrambles. Then how about your risers?
So how much is the Earl Grey?
65 pesos.
Okay, well, I'll get the Earl Grey and this one. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this sucker off. The breakfast was good in there, and I just wanted to, I stepped out, and the first thing I noticed is this freaking park just goes on forever. It's just amazing. I mean, this must be the highlight of San Carlos. I'm sure it's the only place where they got this much free land available. But I'm gonna walk to the very end here because there's the road ends. I just want to see what's down there where the road ends. I just bumped into Calvin. He's right there. Calvin is right there. I should have had the camera rolling. I had no idea he was here. But he was just saying that, you know, I asked him, is this the only sort of vast open space like this? And I called it a park, and he insisted it's not a park, but it looks like a park to me. But just look at the background. I mean, it's just amazing. The rolling mountains. I mean, Negros is just an amazing island. I noticed these rolling mountains when I was getting the bus up here. But it's just, this is just beautiful. It is a freaking beautiful place. You know, it's really nice to be here because I saw these, like I said, I saw this park area, as I call it, in YouTube videos. Because there's I think two big YouTubers here, Calvin and that Filipino couple. And they've been here, they've done videos here, and that's where I saw this. But now I can sort of put it in place with the rest of the city. And so there's this one, and then Calvin says there's another real park in front of the ocean, and there's a coffee shop there, so 2 in 1. So I gotta go there maybe with my laptop and do some stuff, and also check out the park at the same time. So we're at the end here, at the end of the road, and it seems like it goes in a big circle, and then you pop back out again. But what are all these buildings here? They're beautiful buildings. This is just amazing. I am freaking impressed with San Carlos. Okay, so we came all the way. We did around the circle there. And sorry, I keep shutting the camera off. It's because I want to save the battery. But there's more. I mean, you can go further. So I just wonder what's down there. I mean, hate to think there's even more parkland down there, but this is San Carlos. You know, we're just going to explore San Carlos because it's the first time here, and you know that's what life's about. You know, exploring new places. We'll just see what's down here. I mean, geez, could this place get any more beautiful? Like, I was just saying how beautiful the place is, and then I come here and you got this stream. This is amazing. Okay, well, it's a dead end for Scotty boy. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Like Dora the Explorer. So with the future of this channel, what I want to do is sort of travel around a bit and just figure out what I enjoy doing. And so I know what I do enjoy doing, but it's sort of putting that in terms of reality, because, you know, what I'd like to do is interview people who are of lesser means, sort of the people who were not born into, you know, the people who basically built their own houses, those kinds of people that we are sort of, I am sort of fascinated by these people and how they live and how they grow up. Because if you grow up in Beverly Hills, you don't know anything else. And if you grow up like a lot of these people do, it's the same thing. You don't know any other way. So I think it's fascinating that these people like Calvin and I were watching some sort of, how do you say, kids who were raised in the squatter area. They were just sort of playing with, you know, whatever, bottles, or the dad's, you know, the dad has a tricycle. And they just play with whatever they have, you know, whereas you know, you might get a kid who's in Beverly Hills, he's crying because he doesn't have the latest iPhone. It's same age kid. Like when I was teaching in Korea, it was in a wealthy area. It's not to say I was a good teacher, right? It's just, you get paid the same if you're in a poor area or a rich area, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I was in a rich area and the kids there, they're in $1 million apartments. And, you know, they'll be 13 years old and have the newest iPhone. You got to keep up with the Joneses or the Kims there in Korea. If you don't have the latest iPhone, it's all about status in Korea, you know, and you got to make sure your kid is getting the best. Otherwise, the kids will tease him. It's got this kind of mentality in Korea. It's not a good mentality, but it's gotten there, you know. It didn't start there, it's gotten there. But I really respect these people that were born with less. And, you know, you might call it the lower half because they say half the world's population lives on, I think it's $5 a day or $2 a day and below. For me, it's really sort of an honor to know these people because I want to learn from them. You know, how do you live? Like in the West, we're going to think, you know, if you don't have 100,000 pesos, you know, equivalent every month coming in, you're basically poor. Well, these people, they don't have any savings. They don't see the doctor if they're sick. That's just the way it is. Anyway, the breakfast there was good. I do recommend going there if you ever stay at Calvin's place. I do recommend the breakfast at this hotel. And after breakfast, I recommend you do what I did, or you do what the great Calvin did. You know, you walk around, wear off the breakfast. And so I'm gonna head back home and do some more editing. Unless a coffee shop is open, I'll do editing at the coffee shop. I don't like really doing work at home. I just can't get into work mood if I'm at home. Whatever the home is, I work well at coffee shops. You know, when that whole, what was it, WeWork, that sort of a temporary office company that was sort of huge for like, you know, a week and then it bombed. I thought, you know, I have no interest in joining that thing because for me, my office is in a coffee shop. You just buy it, you sit down, you buy a cup of coffee. I mean, the reason a cup of coffee is $5 is you're paying for that sit down time. Anyways, beautiful, beautiful place. And anyway, from here, I am going to be heading back home, getting the laptop and seeing if there's one coffee shop we're going to explore. So we're going to get back home right now. I'm not going to roll because it's going to take too long, so it's going to run out of batteries. But when I get back to Kelvin's guest house, I'm going to pick up my laptop and then we're going to go hunting for a coffee shop that Kelvin told me about. And this coffee shop is owned by the guy who built Kelvin's house. So we're gonna check that out. Because I'm a big coffee shop fan. We're just gonna head back to almost at Kelvin's place now. Of course, I'm not gonna say it's hot because everyone knows it's hot. But just gonna grab the laptop and then I gotta ask Kelvin a favor. If he could, again, give me directions to the coffee shop, or else maybe I just get on a trike and tell him to bring me to the coffee shop, because I got the name of the coffee shop, but not the directions. If I got the directions, I could probably, I think it's just walking distance from here. But I do look forward to some aircon and a coffee and hello. Good morning. Wow, look at all the dogs here. Cool. Cute. See, this is I mean, to me, it's a dream staying here. This is what I was, as I'm watching his house, and then he built this guest house, and it was my dream for I think 2 years, I can't remember now, but the last however long.